She was dressed with terrific chic. She had long blonde hair, dark eyebrows, a tight black t-shirt over a willowy figure, and a belt made out of copper plates. It was hard to believe she could be the mother of a 10-year-old. He watched her come towards him across the road, and the crowd parted around her like a zip. She looked like a character in a hairspray ad, with glossy evangelical skin and lustrous eyes. She was 24, full of energy and optimism, and she had the dubious honor of being Roger's research assistant. But there were still ways she admired him. He worked prodigiously hard, he got things done. By dint of 5 a.m. vigils and by writing innumerable letters, he undoubtedly lifted the odd pebble from the mountain of suffering that oppressed the losers of Cirencester. He cared a lot about some of his projects, and yet sometimes she couldn't help wondering about his ideals, his values, his core beliefs. Vi with her crispy hair and stunned blue eyes and pointless expensive jewelry. Dennis with his old man tits. Vi with her evening lipstick running into cracks around her mouth. Dean would stare at the incredible girls and feel a repeated sense of amazement that people were allowed to appear like this, before him, in public. He would lie on his back and squint at the surf, and observe the curious facts that when a beautiful girl emerged from the sea, you couldn't always tell how big she was. As she rose, with the water running down her terrifying shape, he would assume she was a divinity, a Venus Anadyomene, a mega-titted 6-footer. But then, as she came closer, so close that sometimes she would drip all over him, he would see that she was really just a little Spanish girl, all in the same proportions, but with her dimensions magnified by the sun. Which was absurd, because ever since she was a tiny little girl, she had been told how beautiful she was. Sometimes she began to worry that she was going to lose it altogether. Not her virginity, obviously, but her initiate status. Perhaps her hymen would actually regrow. At one point, she seriously considered the rights and wrongs of an affair with Roger. Once you got over the nicotine-stained teeth and the goofy sense of humor, there was something vaguely compelling about him. The gaunt face, the brown eyes that seemed perpetually amused, the beer drinker's thatch. She'd briefly taken to walking into his office and staring at him for no particular reason, but he hadn't seemed to notice, and she had soon given up. Whatever you thought about the president, he was her leader, her head of state. If only in virtue of his office, he deserved her most devoted and assiduous protection. Obviously, she needed an alpha male. She needed an authority figure to supplant her father. But she had concluded, with the prosaic exactitude of a feature in Honey or Bella, that she needed someone who was both the same as, and the opposite to, her father. She needed an alpha/gamma male, and Professor Adam Swallow surely fitted the bill. "Mais Benedict," said the French ambassador, turning to his girlfriend. The girl looked at the older man. She was beautiful, thought Cameron, with full red lips and skin that was startlingly pale for a Palestinian Arab.